On sports this morning, 10-time champions Nigeria survived one of the most dramatic permutations in African football Wednesday, advancing into the quarterfinals of the 2026 WAFCON, courtesy of a tiebreaker after beating Egypt 6-2 in Rabat. Yes, it was an 8-goal thriller. Having experienced a shaky start with 1 win and 1 defeat in their first 2 games, the Super Falcons' destiny was not in their hands as debutants Malawi and Zambia also faced off in a potentially damaging fixture. Of course, Egypt were already destined for elimination before kickoff, and all Nigeria needed against them was a win that would take them up to 6 points and keep them in contention for the tiebreaker, depending on the result of the other game between Malawi and Zambia. While Nigeria secured a 6-2 victory over Egypt, Zambia defeated Malawi 2-1 in the final round of group matches. Now, the result left 3 teams tied on 6 points, forcing the competition's tie-break regulations to determine the 2 quarterfinal qualifiers. Now, let's break it down for you and tell you exactly how it happened. Of course, Egypt were already eliminated. So we now had a mini league comprising of Nigeria, Zambia, and Malawi. Each team collected 3 points after recording 1 win and 1 defeat. Goal difference in those head-to-head matches also failed to separate them, leaving the standings to be decided by the next criterion, which is goals scored in the matches between the tied teams. Now, these are the final figures. Malawi 3 points, 4 goals scored. Nigeria 3 points, 3 goals scored. Zambia 3 points and 2 goals scored. With Malawi scoring the most goals in the mini league, they finished top of the group. Nigeria ranked second, with Zambia's lower goals tally leaving the Copper Queens in 3rd place and out of the tournament. What this means is that if Zambia had scored more goals yesterday, there is that possibility that the Super Falcons of Nigeria would have exited the competition at the group stage. And remember, we're the defending champions. Well, both teams will now wait for the conclusion of Group D to discover their quarterfinal opponents. Let's move to another Nigerian team, the Flying Eagles, who defeated host Côte d'Ivoire 4-3 on penalties to book a place in the final of the WAFCON Under-20 Championship after a dramatic semi-final ended 2-2 following extra time. Goalkeeper Lawani Clinton emerged as Nigeria's hero, producing 2 crucial saves in the shootouts to send the 7-time African champions into the final. Now, let's bring you post-match comments from the coach, Abdul Mykhailo.
Actually, we played a very tough game against the host nation. And I will confess that we meet the best team of the tournament in this game. They played so well, but we were determined to get a win at the end, no matter the way. And we have gotten it. We have to say thank to Almighty for giving us this win.
After the 2-2 draw, well, Simon missed Nigeria's second penalty. Clinton came to the rescue by denying 2 Ivorian spot kicks, helping the Flying Eagles secure a 4-3 shootout victory and a place in the championship match. And congratulations to the Flying Eagles. Let's now look ahead to what the final has for us. Away from Nigerian teams to international football now, where Gianni Infantino has apologized for errors he made in controversial plans to sell off stakes in competitions to private investors, but he will remain FIFA president after receiving the backing of senior executives in a meeting in Morocco. Of course, that meeting happened yesterday, where Infantino summoned members of the management board to FIFA's Africa office in Rabat on Wednesday, following mounting criticism of his aborted proposals, with World Football Governing Body releasing a statement of support 4 hours after the meeting ended. So in case you were anticipating some sort of resignation or some other story, sorry to burst your bubble, Gianni Infantino remains the president of FIFA. Well, finally, Chelsea forward Mykhailo Mudryk made his first appearance for the club in 20 months as a substitute in their 1-0 defeat to Juventus in Hong Kong yesterday. The match saw the Ukrainian international come on in the 82nd minute at the Kai Tak Stadium, where he received a warm reception from the 43,000 fans in attendance, just 5 days after his suspension for testing positive for the banned substance Meldonium ended. Mudryk's comeback followed his involvement in an open training session and another session behind closed doors, which convinced new Chelsea manager Xabi Alonso that he was ready to feature. However, Chelsea suffered their second consecutive defeat under Alonso after Edon Zhegrova's superb calling strike in the 68-minute secured victory for Juventus, who are under the tutelage of Luciano Spalletti. And that's sports for you this morning.